Hello, hi, welcome to the Retro Shed. I'm Barry. He is the Joshua. Now, today, we are doing a slightly different show than we normally do. And that's because we've had a rather eventful week in the world of modern gaming. Now, we were going to do a show, weren't we? On the pros and the cons of modern gaming. Yeah. And you guys, obviously, you hear me go on about modern gaming a lot, and I take the mickey out of it, and, you know, I do take the mickey, don't I, of modern gaming, but fact be known, I like modern gaming. What have I been playing a lot of lately? What have I been playing? Come on, you know. Exactly, Ghost Recon Wildlands, right?
That's all he does.
Yeah, we go on about this, and do you know what? I want to make things clear from the outset. There is nothing wrong with modern gaming from the viewpoint of the technology, the visuals, the graphics. It's not that, is it? It's not that I've got a problem with. It is, you know what I don't like.
It's the DLC.
It's the DLC, the microtransaction, the loot boxes and the content. Now, I'm sure Josh and many other kids out there are sick and tired of hearing the retro gamers go on about how things were better and once you paid for a game, you know, you've got it. That's right. You know, the technology today is absolutely amazing. The way these machines can create wonderfully powerful and real environments to play in, it's fun. But like I said, it's the gaming model itself that is flawed. And we want to talk today about the way that money is extracted from adults, mostly kids though, and I think it is disgusting, and I think it does need to end. And I think it kind of like started to go wrong, I think, when games were being offered for free on platforms like Facebook, what was it, Candy Crush and mobile phones. Let's make something absolutely clear now. Nothing is free, right? Absolutely nothing is free. You always end up paying for it somewhere. And gaming is absolutely no different. You've got hundreds of studios with guys and ladies sat there writing these games. Do they do it for nothing? Of course they don't. They get paid, don't they? They get a wage. So the money has got to be coming from somewhere. There's no such thing as a free game. But somewhere along the line, somebody is paying for it. And I'll tell you something, it's not much the adults anymore, because we simply won't hand over the dosh for microtransactions. We just won't do it. The developers know this. So what they've decided to do is target the most vulnerable in gaming society.
And there's the dogs.
And those are golden retrievers. Because they haven't got a clue what they're doing most of the time. No, it's the kids. And the problem is, do you know what?
It works.
It works. It makes money. In fact, it makes billions of dollars. It makes lots and lots of money. And as long as it continues to make lots of money, guess what? That's exactly right. They're going to keep doing it, and this problem is never going to go away. So, as parents, as gamers, as kids and gamers, what can we do? What can we do? I mean, let's be honest with you. When I was a kid, right, all kids wanted the best trainers, the best clothing. Nothing's changed, right? Nothing's changed. I wanted Nikes. I wanted...
Nice white.
But all kids wanted branded clothing, didn't they? I mean, you could go to school in a pair of Nikes and everyone would go... Nikes?
It's Nike.
Okay.
If you type it into Google Translate and you click the speak button, it actually says Nike.
Nike. Adidas, right?
No, it's Adidas.
So
Reebok.
But if you went to school with a pair of Adidas or Adidas,
or
everyone
Reebok.
think cool trainers, right?
Everyone's going to say...
If you went to school in a pair...
Everyone's going to say, oh, those were last year's. No, that's rubbish. Look at mine. Do you know what I mean? They're rubbish.
I'm glad I'm not a kid anymore. Yeah. But if you were to go to school wearing a pair of Tesco tearaways, you are going to be ripped a new one, aren't you?
Yes.
Let's be totally honest. Now, nothing's changed. But the thing is, kids today, some of them have bank accounts. Now, we decided to set Josh up with a bank account. God, when were you, 11?
No, 12.
11 or 12, about a year ago, wasn't it? About a year ago, we set Josh up with a bank account because we wanted to pay his pocket money into it, and so that he'd have a value or an appreciation of money. So when we go up to, let's face it, kids never stop asking for things, right? So we thought the best thing to do You're setting up with a bank account and a cash card. Now, I know people are thinking, whoa, why did you do that? We did, because we thought it'd be a good thing to do. But the publisher and the developers know how to exploit the kids, right? It really is like taking candy from a baby. If we cast our minds back to last year, there was a massive backlash, wasn't there, against EA and their awful, disgusting payment model for Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Which I don't even play anymore.
No, and it spoiled what could have been, what probably is, an excellent game. It's probably a brilliant game, isn't it? But
I haven't played it once or twice, so I'll put it back.
So right now, there is lots of people moaning about Fortnite. Most of them adults. So what we thought we would do, because we've experienced this ourselves this week, we would have a chat about the dangers, the pros and cons of Fortnite, and hear what the kid has got to say, right? Somebody who's experienced, shall we say, losing or spending quite a bit of money on this game. Now, we started to see problems with online gaming. You've had your PS4 now, what, a year Christmas time? Was it about 1 year, 4 months?
No, 2 years.
You've done a fair bit of online gaming, not too much, but a bit. And we started to see problems last year with last year's craze, which was Rocket League. And you started to buy loot boxes.
Crates.
And that's, crates or whatever they're called. And what did you get? Paint jobs for your car, add-ons for your car,
but,
things like that.
To be fair though...
Did they enhance the game at all?
No, they didn't, but you could sell them for real money.
Right, okay. Now, this year, there is a game that you might have heard of. Some people have heard of it.
Not many.
It's called Fortnite. Now, a lot of parents all over the world are sick and tired and fed up of this game. There was a woman on television this morning calling for it to be totally banned. She was silly because she was allowing a 10-year-old kid to play on it, unrestricted, and it's certificate 12, I think, in the UK.
Yeah,
so, if you allow a 10-year-old kid unrestricted gaming, what do you expect? What do you expect? That's just bad parenting. Now, you only need to look on the forums, on the news, and all the forums at the moment to see that Fortnite has become an obsession. I think at one point in February, we're looking at 37 million people playing it online at any one time.
That's why I crashed.
Probably. Now, we've had some issues with this game, and we thought it would be good to share this with you. And it would be good to get Josh's perspective as well, instead of just me sitting here and moaning and all the adults at the time. I know what it's like when I was a kid. My parents thought nothing possibly good could come from video games. They thought it was utter rubbish. Although my dad did think money was to be made from computers, so get yourself a job in computing. Thanks for that, Dad. That was really, really great advice. But now, I have played Fortnite twice with Josh, and to be totally honest, I am not that keen on it.
To be fair though, the first game he ever played, he came 9th. That's not bad.
I wasn't keen on it. I can see the fun aspect of playing a shooting game. I love shooting games, you know me. But then again, I'm not a fan of online gaming anyway. I'm not a big online gamer at all. But I can see the allure. It looks fun. It's a cartoony kind of shooter, but for kids, I get it. I totally get it. And it does have an age restriction, 12 years of age. So, Josh, give us a lowdown on this game in case there's anyone watching that has never played this before.
If you haven't played it before, where have you been? Okay. Fortnite, there's a Fortnite Battle Royale PvP.
Player versus player.
Which is different to PvE.
Yeah.
Which is player versus...
Elephant.
Save the world, that is.
Yeah.
Cartoony, arena style, gladiatorial combat,
Yeah, that's a good description.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, the game is free, is it not?
When I was told this, I thought, Fortnite, a shooter, that looks
Fortnite
nice.
Battle Royale
and
is
I
free.
said to my friend, how much is it free?
It's free.
Ooh.
It is incredibly addictive. Before we even talk about the problems with the money, let's just say this game has been increasingly causing arguments and fallouts in our house pretty much since you started to play it. Now, gaming is supposed to be fun, but let's face it, at times, it's certainly not been fun. So how long have you been playing the game? When did you start playing this game?
Hard to say, really. Last year.
Just before Christmas?
November time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So what exactly is the attraction of this game?
I don't know, it's a nice cool cartoonish world.
Yeah.
I like how you're playing against people in the world, obviously, and see who's the best. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
To come first.
But there's lots of games like
against
that.
Hundreds. No, but it gives you such a good feeling when you win out of hundreds and hundreds of people in one game and you win.
How many people in the arena?
150 max.
So you're 150 people.
And when you come first, it gives you such an exhilarating
Yeah, I
feeling
bet
that
it
you
does.
think, I am better than 150 different
Well, you managed
players.
to win that
Do you know what I
particular
mean?
round.
Yeah.
Right? And I totally get that. And what we have noticed,
And in
right?
the end, it just becomes addictive.
Yeah.
It just does. Everyone's like,
games
oh, I lost this game. Well, do you know what? I'll just play another one. And do you know what I mean? You're going like that again, more and more.
Pac-Man was addictive. Defender was addictive back in the 80s. Kids used to steal 10 pences from their parents' purses to go and play Pac-Man.
Did you ever do that?
Yeah, I didn't know. Gaming was, and still is, addictive. So, well, it's fair to say that when you play that game, and to be honest, we don't allow him to play it for more than...
No.
You get a set time, don't you? We're not these parents that will sit him in front of a console and say he's quiet, leave him to it for 6 hours. You get limited time to play because, let's be honest, as any parent will agree, it does affect your... It affects your behaviour, doesn't it? It affects your attitude. You come off it bad-tempered. It affects children's behaviour.
It does, yeah.
You have an attitude, you swear, you get bad-tempered, especially when you're told to come off it.
Just when it's always bad timing because you're always in a game and it always happens to be like the last 5 people. Josh, dinner! But I can't! 4 people left!
Yeah, and we've heard that an awful lot in our house, haven't we, over the past few months? In a minute. Josh, the house is on fire. We need to exit now. Yeah, hang on. In a minute. Now, so Josh has been happy to play this game, sleep it, eat it, breathe it, talk about it.
No.
But to be honest with you,
YouTube.
we moderated his time on it. And that doesn't often appear to be the case for many of other kids that seem to be on it all the time.
And you'll see how I would go on...
Do you find the same kids on all the time?
I would go on in the mornings and I would look onto my friends list and it'll say player, whatever, last online 3 hours ago and it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So
you're talking kids going on at silly hours of the morning.
They'll be playing till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and that's an addiction, right? Pure and simple, that's an addiction.
And you know what? As soon as I turned on my PS4, I used to go on my friends list. Out of my 30, 40 odd friends, 38 of them would be playing Fortnite. Yeah. You get the odd 2 watching YouTube or something. That's how many people play it. What
we've noticed over the past few months is Josh has stopped literally wanting to do anything else. So literally Josh wanted to stop coming out, wanted to stop walking the dog, wanted to stop everything. From the minute he got up to the minute he went to sleep, all he wanted to do was play this godforsaken game. And luckily we would not let him do that. So Josh had been playing happily for free for how long? You've been playing it quite a while for free, haven't you? You've not spent any money? When was the first time you bought something? February. So, okay, so you started playing in November. February, something changed.
It all started.
So tell us about what has changed.
Playing Fortnite. And I have the default costume, and I thought... And I see all these people around me with really nice axes and costumes. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have that? And then I've seen the Battle Pass come out. It's like...
What's the Battle Pass?
It's like a section where if you buy it, if you play good, you get rewards and stuff, and you get to keep that as long as the game's out. You know what I mean?
I don't understand.
It's kind of and I saw the Battle Pass option. It says, $7.99. I was like...
So if you play it free...
You don't get
any rewards, but you can just play the game, win the game, that's it, and have another round.
You do get rewards if you play the game free, but it's the default pass. It's just absolute rubbish items, to be fair.
Okay, so you decided you wanted to buy something.
Yeah, and I bought the Battle Pass, and I thought, yeah, that's
How much is a Battle Pass?
$7.99.
Okay.
And throughout that...
And you managed to buy this because your card is registered on PSN, so we were quite happy for Josh to pay... How much is it for PSN?
I was paying $5.99 a month.
Yeah, and that's fine. You've earned the money. So Josh's ATM card was registered on his PSN account, which, and here is where the problems begin, allows you to literally click buy what you want straight away. So you started, okay, so you bought the Battle Pass, then what happened?
Things came out in the item shop that I just liked.
And what things are these?
Costumes. In dance moves.
Costumes and dance moves. Do these enhance the game in any way, shape or form?
No, there is a sign at the bottom of the store that says these items grant no cosmetic advantage.
So they're pretty much, they don't offer anything. You don't play better, you don't have better weapons, you don't have better shields.
Well, to be fair, some costumes are very intimidating.
Okay,
This
so
is, no. Seriously, there are costumes. When you're in a dark room in a house and someone walks in there wearing a particular costume, it will frighten you, like the Black Knight, red glowing eye. Well, that's creepy. Some costumes are really intimidating.
So you bought your battle pass, then you started to buy some other items.
Yeah,
Tell us about these items.
Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've purchased about 8 different costumes.
8
ranging
costumes.
between 1,200 and 2,000 V-Bucks.
Right. So you're buying items with V-Bucks, which is a virtual currency in the game. Now,
Yeah,
would you
currency,
say that you were aware of what you were spending?
I know I was spending money, but I didn't know I was spending as much as I have. As much as I did, yeah. I didn't know I was spending that much.
Did it become an integral part of the game for you to buy stuff? Were you not happy just playing the game anymore?
I was happy playing with the game, but there was often... I was happy playing in the game, and I'd look in your eyes and I'd be like, no, I'm just going to play the game. But it was often when something would come up and you'd make you go, wow, that is awesome.
So the
Do you know what I
point
mean?
here is, the biggest point where
And it would just make me to buy.
Right, so although it's supposed to be a free game, and it is to all intents and purposes, kids see costumes, they want to appear cool and intimidating.
Stand out.
It makes you stand out as a player. It means nothing to an adult gamer. I don't think I've ever customised my appearance in any game. Ghost Recon, whatever.
Yeah,
Do you know what?
it's not really.
I don't care. I don't care what my character looks like because it makes zero difference to the gameplay. Why would I want to change the colour of my gun? It makes no difference to me whatsoever. But to kids, it does. And developers know this. It's peer pressure, it's the power of persuasion, and it is very, very powerful.
Kids are vulnerable because these games and payment methods are designed to detach and disassociate kids, like, from real money.
Yeah, and that's a brilliant point.
V-Bucks,
Yeah.
etc. Not real money. People think that V-Bucks are the currency in the... Like, a couple of weeks ago, I heard people making a joke. So a kid walked up to a kid and said, if a man walked up to you in a white van and said to you, get in my van, what would you say? And the kid said, no. Right? And then the kid said to him, would you get in the van if the guy said, I have 3 V-Bucks gift cards? And the kid said, yeah.
I've been kicking myself, I know Mandy has, we've been kicking and blaming ourselves a lot. And the people watching this might think, well, it's the adult's fault. Why'd you give him a bank account? Why'd you give him an ATM card? And I know you can put restrictions on PSN, on the console, on how much you can spend a day. Yeah, I get all that. But you know what? We trusted Josh to look after and spend his money reliably. Now, am I a fool for that? Is that my fault?
No.
Be honest, is it?
No.
Am I naive?
No.
Because I feel it. I feel like I've been naive in saving money for Josh, and then he's blown a lot. We're not going to say how much, but he's blown quite a bit of money. There are some kids I've read across the world that have spent thousands and thousands of dollars. So what you spend is nowhere near that. And this model of purchasing stuff is almost like a drug, isn't it? It's addictive. It's a drug. How good does it make you feel for your character to run around with a cloak on?
Makes me feel good.
Makes you feel good. I don't understand it. See, to me, that's nonsensical. I don't get it. And that's the problem. I don't get it. He does. And I think this is a major problem with gaming today. The game itself I've got no problem with. I think it's a fun game. I think it's a great game. I personally would rather Josh sitting in his room playing on a game than mugging poor old ladies, stealing cars, and buying...
Is he just wearing this jacket?
Yes, and buying alcohol. But...
Ready with a... Retro shares! That'll make you better.
You're on brand, kid. So, in your opinion, who's to blame for all this? What's gone wrong?
Me, I'm to blame.
No, seriously, what's gone wrong? What's wrong with modern gaming?
Kids?
Kids are wrong with modern gaming.
Because they're the
Kids.
Well, it's just if the kids don't buy it, they don't make it. And I just think that they're greedy, they're not happy with when they release the game, they're thinking,
Who, kids?
No!
Sorry.
The people who make the game!
Right, the developers.
I had a very bad voice crack then.
Yeah, developers.
Yeah, when they go like, we've made a game, £90, buy it. Oh, hang on a minute.
We can make more.
£15.
Yeah.
£15 for this.
Yeah.
A million people spend £15.
Yeah,
How much money we'll make?
Yeah,
You know?
that's
how they think.
that is a very, very, very good point. Games are supposed to be fun, and that's what this channel is all about. We have fun, we play games, but it stops being fun when adults come along and say, "How much money you got?" And he goes, "None." And we go, "Where's it all gone?" That's when it stops being fun. And it stopped being fun this week, didn't it? When we sat and thought, right, this is getting serious, and we had no idea that Josh was literally buying this stuff, clicking buy, and now it's all out. It's a major problem. And I feel bad because I have warned you since we started gaming, haven't we? To avoid microtransactions, to avoid loot boxes. So, to end on, what we'd like to basically say is, just for God's sake, parents,
kids,
be careful.
Mate, kids,
don't do it. Don't do it. Enjoy the game for what it is.
I have been banned from online gaming for at least 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 years, actually, but he doesn't know that yet.
What?
The purpose of the show today, I think, is just to put Josh's point of view across. And
everyone just thinks I'm a really bad kid now, but I spend
no, they don't.
too much money.
There's 200,000 million bad kids out there playing this game. Not just you. You've just joined the ranks of bad kids. Can't tell when I'm joking, can you? So, be careful, enjoy the game, but for God's sake, stop microtransactions.
Don't think you're Ninja's Hyper or Dr. Lupo.
Just enjoy gaming for what it is, but I think until microtransactions stops, until loot boxes and DLC stops, this is going to go on, and just enjoy the game. Don't line these people's pockets. So yeah, please comment. Let us know what you think. Have we got it completely wrong? Was it the adults' fault? Was it our fault for giving Josh some money?
No, it wasn't.
Was it Josh's fault for being naive and buying junk that he doesn't need?
Yes,
or is it the developers for targeting children in a manner?
It was actually the dog's fault.
Okay, so communicate with us. Let us know what you think, and we will catch you again soon, where we won't be discussing Fortnite. We won't be discussing modern stuff. We are going to bring you a show on the history.
It was the dog's fault because he came and said, "Josh, you want to buy those V-Bucks?" That's what he did, honestly.